The old man just swallowed a small blue pill, intending to prove that he was still sharp, but as soon as he walked over to the beautiful woman, a sniper rifle was aimed at his heart. The assassin fired decisively. Before the old man could react, several assassins burst into his estate with guns drawn. They fired several more shots at him. The old man never imagined that as a professional assassin about to retire, he would die at the hands of his own kind. However, when the three assassins completed their mission and reported back to their boss, the boss Huang Mao seemed deep in thought. It turned out that their assassin company had a rule. Once all assassins reached the age of 50, they had to retire. However, the company did not want to pay retirement benefits, so they came up with a plan to have new employees kill the old ones. This way, they wouldn't have to pay the old employees retirement benefits, and the new employees would receive a generous reward. However, what was troubling the boss was that the next assassin they had to eliminate was no pushover. He was the organization's most skilled assassin, Nick, who was just 2 weeks away from officially retiring. And because of his exceptional skills, his retirement benefits naturally amounted to over $10 million. To save on these costs, Huang Mao had no choice but to gather all the assassins in the company and set a trap for Nick. Then, the assistant called Nick to lure him in, claiming there was an assassination mission with a reward of $2 million. Nick didn't agree immediately upon hearing this, asking the assistant to send the target's information first. As a top-tier assassin, since he had learned that a colleague who was about to retire had been assassinated a few days earlier, he had sensed something was off, so he deliberately kept his guard up. Nick quickly reviewed the target's information for this mission. Upon learning that the target was a large man, he swiftly identified the hotel where the man was staying, disguised himself as a maintenance worker repairing a door, and intentionally created noise in the hallway to provoke the hot-tempered man into coming out. Sure enough, the fat man fell for it quickly. Without saying a word, he stepped forward to teach Nick a lesson, but Nick was already prepared. He grabbed a nail gun and pinned the fat man's arm to the wall, like nailing him to a cross. Before the fat man could react, Nick suddenly pulled out his gun and dropped to the ground, because he knew the bodyguards would rush out upon hearing the commotion. After taking out the bodyguard at the door, Nick walked straight into the house, only to discover that he was their target. Nick returned to the corridor and no longer wasted words with the fat man, shooting him dead with a single bullet. The boss was furious, immediately dispatching the organization's most elite assassination squad, intending to confront Nick head-on in a life-or-death battle.